Let's determine the size of a data type. This is the first time we're actually coding in C++, so I'm going to write everything out for you. Right here, remember if you've watched our previous videos, we're going to need a pound and then a include IOString, and these are just our preprocessor directives. Since we're going to be using a string for this example, and we're also going to be printing, we are going to use a pound include string, and then since again we're going to be using the cout for printing, we're going to be wanting to use this namespace std, and that's just for standard. We are in Replit. It is autofilling this for us. All we need to do is press tab and it'll automatically write it out. A lot of the IDEs are similar to this. So from here we can make our main method. Everything is going to happen inside of our main method. You're always going to want to do this whenever you code. So you have int main. Since it is a method, you're going to need two parentheses behind it and then these brackets like this. And these brackets are basically saying everything inside of them is contained in this main class. So inside of here, let's do the sizeof operator. To do the sizeof operator, all you're going to need to do is type sizeof, and you can see this kind of already pops up, sizeof, and then we have an expression or type we can put in parentheses. So inside of here, we will say an int, right? I'll press tab, it'll autofill it. We're asked for the size of int. Now what we could do is store this in an int variable, so int x equal to this, or we can print it out automatically. So I'm going to comment this out by using 2 slashes. Whenever you use 2 slashes, it's a comment. I'm going to do a cout, and then this is for our IOStream, which we already have right here, our standard namespace. I'm going to have our 2 arrow signs pointing to our cout, since we are outing our output. We're going to have, we'll just say size of, we'll have a space in here so that we can have the size. We're going to need the 2 arrows, and then we're going to need our sizeof operator, and we're going to just pass in an int so we can see the size of an int. We need a semicolon after that. I'm just going to extend this a little bit so we have enough room. So this is basically our cout object, right? We're just going to be printing something here, and then we're going to be calling this sizeof data type. Let's run this, and it should appear on the right hand side inside of our console. So we have size of 4. So int is 4 bytes. Let's do like a double instead. I'm going to run it again. It shows our previous history up here and the new run down here, and it has a size of 8 bytes. Well, what about a float? We're going to run this as well, and then it's going to tell us the size. Now you can do this for any of these types, right? You can also do it for if we have a string that's a lowercase. We'll do string and we'll call it temp, and we're going to set this equal to, we'll just type in hello world, my name is, and we'll just leave it at that. So let's put temp inside of here. So we're seeing the size of our temp right here. Going to look at the size of all of this right here because it's stored in here, and we can see it is 32. We have 23 characters in here. Remember, we have a \0 that tells a string to end afterwards, so really 24. If I just got rid of this and typed in hello, and you can see that taking all this out of here did not change the size at all. Even if I were to do this, our strings are 32 bytes. You can see no matter what we change, it's always going to be a size of 32 bytes for our string. In fact, if we were just to put string inside of here and run this, it's going to give us a size of 32. If we were to use an int, and we'll call this x, and we'll set it equal to 20, this is just a plain integer. We'll do 20 in here, and we're going to run this as well. It's going to give us an error because Replit does not like when a variable is not used, and I meant to put x instead of 20 anyways. It's going to give us a size of 4, just like earlier we determined in a previous run that integers are a size of 4. Now if I were to comment this out, and then if I wanted to put in 20, because you can, if you put in 20 like this, it's also going to give you 4 because it's just a simple integer. If we do 20.1, it's going to change it from an integer to a double. And remember, doubles are going to be a size of 8 bytes, so we get a size of 8. And so that's basically how we would use the sizeof operator and how our first program looks in C++, just testing some stuff out.